Today I'm going to be reading from this weird but true Halloween 300 spooky facts to scare you silly. Will we be scared? I don't know. Something tells me they're not going to be all that scary. Here we have a bunch of ghosts. We have our scared ghost, our happy ghost, our angry ghost. The other three just look surprised. It says, "That's Halloween." You can buy a cat costume for your dog or a dog costume for your cat. Is this a trick or a treat? A pumpkin is the most popular pet costume in the United States. And I think this is a bully, right? Is that what they're called? With a pumpkin wig on. He looks very thrilled, doesn't he? The Bombay is the only cat breed that is always purely black. In the United States, 75% of households hand out Halloween candy, according to a survey. That's a lot. That's actually kind of surprising to me. But it is just according to a survey, so take it how you will. In Germany, it's considered good luck if a black cat crosses your path from right to left, but not left to right. If it crosses from left to right, I guess it's the opposite effect. I don't know. A theme park in St. Louis, Missouri, USA held a coffin challenge in which a contestant could win $300 if they lay in a coffin for 30 hours. You couldn't pay me enough to do that. $300? That's not worth it. That's not even, that's $10 an hour. That's $10 an hour to sit there doing nothing, suffering from claustrophobia for 30 hours. Screw that. Where's the hazard pay? $300? No. No. I wouldn't even do that for $1,000. And someone did it for $300. That's crazy. I wonder if anyone's ever actually made it. Legend says that if a bat flies into your house on Halloween, your home will be haunted. Maybe by rabies. He's really cute though. Some bats are the cutest creatures you've ever seen, while other bats are the most ungodly, hideous creatures from hell. It's so funny, the juxtaposition. Oh wow, look at this. A corn maze in Idaho, USA was designed to look like a Pac-Man game. I don't understand how people can achieve this. It just amazes me. How people can create things like this with a field. I just don't get it. It's kind of mind-blowing. There's this art in Japan, I forget what it's called. I think it's Japan, where they plant different color crops to form pictures, and it's so mind-blowing that what they can do. Like, I'm so blown away by people's ability. I wonder, like, how are those people human and I'm human? How are we both human? Like, I don't believe I'm human if you're human. Like, you've got to be something above humans, or I'm just a monkey. I don't know. A Philadelphia Flyers fan carved a pumpkin to look like the hockey team's giant orange mascot, Gritty. I guess this is it. I don't know. A picture of it. A drawing of it. Stone gargoyles on the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France, were built to protect the building from bad spirits. Did it work? Did it really work? I have to say. Ghost peppers are so spicy that some are 400 times hotter than a jalapeno. Jalapenos, I didn't used to think were spicy at all. But once you're getting older, like everything starts to be spicy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but things that were never spicy to me before now, I can't handle. A fall fairy made from corn stalks won first place in a scarecrow contest in Homewood, Illinois, USA. I wish they had a picture of it. I kind of want to see it. A tarantula's venom is weaker than the venom in a typical bee sting. Tarantulas don't spin webs, but sometimes they make a tripwire that acts as an alert if something comes into their burrow. That's cool. I did not know that. That's awesome. Bumba Lanoni, a type of tarantula, is named after the Beatles musician John Lennon. In the early 1900s, Halloween was associated with romance and love. Cupid symbols were included in Halloween festivities to encourage romance. Well, that's strange. I definitely did not know that. A survey found that 46.8% of people believe that you should eat a candy corn whole, not in sections. But when eating candy corn by colored section, most people start with white. Wow, that's so weird. That's what I do. I eat it section by section because I'm a weirdo. But I didn't realize I wasn't the only weirdo. There's other weirdos like me out there. I just want to know what weirdos start from the back. Gummy tarantulas the size of a kid's hand come in lime, cherry, and grape flavors. Ooh, I want one. With a dark upper shell, a bright orange body, and purple claws, Halloween crabs look dressed for the occasion. Where's the party, he's saying? That's funny they named him after Halloween because of his coloration. I wonder when they were discovered. There are bees and flies trying to get in here right now. I can't wait for the flies to be gone. Like, honestly, winter's becoming my favorite season because it's the only time when we're not dealing with flies and bees around here. I don't mind the bees, especially, I have no problem at all with honeybees. It's those giant hornets you get. And the wasps, those are the ones I don't like. And then bumblebees are not bad, they don't bother me. It's the wasps, the ones that just, they're the psychopaths of the bee community. They seek out destruction. Like, they seek to inflict misery. Like, they don't even have to beat the button, they just come out of nowhere like, bzz, here's a sting. But flies, don't get me started on flies. They are the bane of my existence. And so, I cannot wait for winter so they're gone. The actress who voices Princess Anna in the movie Frozen was asked by her daughter to dress up as Anna's sister Elsa for Halloween. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Goblin is related to the German word kobold, a household spirit who throws tantrums. Telling ghost stories was a Christmas Eve tradition in 19th century England. Let's bring it back. I don't think there's ever a bad time to tell ghost stories. Besides, some of the Christmas themed ghost stories are actually pretty interesting. A mom in Ohio, USA makes her kids' Halloween costumes entirely out of crocheted yarn. Oh wow. This is the guy from Ghostbusters. A Hungarian pulley with its long and ropey hair went as a mop in a Halloween parade in Kentucky, USA. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. So Hungarian pulley is that mop dog. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's so funny. That's so funny. largest jack-o'-lantern. The world's largest jack-o'-lantern weighed 1,810 pounds, more than 2 Siberian tigers. That's one sizable squash, he's saying. Wow. That's pretty nuts. A cucurbitologist, am I saying that right? Cucurbitologist is a pumpkin expert. One man bobbed for 37 apples in 1 minute, the world record. Wow. Apple popping, it kind of repulses me. Like if it's just one person doing it for a record, and they're the only one using the barrel, I guess that's fine, but you mean to tell me multiple people are going to stick their face, open mouth, into the same bucket? Like that's just disgusting. Like, I'm sorry, but that is just disgusting, especially if you don't even know the people, like if you're not related. Even if you're related, that's just disgusting. I can't believe people used to do that. Like, it used to be a thing here. Pumpkin bugs, a kind of stink bug, releases a foul smell as a type of self-defense. P.U., he's saying. Well, you're the stinky one. Have you ever wondered if stinky animals, like stink bugs and like sloths and all the stinky animals, like do they smell themselves like a skunk? Do they smell themselves? Or do they have some kind of like immunity to their own stench? In 1924, Halloween pranksters turned the power off throughout the city of Riverside, Illinois, USA. Could you imagine now? Nobody would ever do that. Like back then, how many things were really running on electricity? There wasn't much, right? In 1924. Well, it wasn't the 1800s. But that's over 100 years ago. I don't really know much about the early 20s with regards to like technological advancements and stuff, but I know there wasn't much. Like, if the electricity went out then, people would just do whatever the heck they would do with it. Because there wasn't much to do with it, right? I guess I don't really know. There are more Halloween emojis than there are US states. What? Are most of them just a ghost doing a different face, though? You can buy peppermint flavored candy corn at Christmas time. What? Alright, I know I'm in the minority of people who like candy corn. Most people hate it and think it's too sweet. At least in my anecdotal experience. I have not met, no, I'm lying. I met one other person in my life who likes candy corn. And everybody else just despises it. But I didn't know they make Christmas candy corn. I'll have to try that. Am I missing a page? Yep. The world's largest haystack, made in the Netherlands, was 3 stories tall and 56 feet wide. People in Utah listen to more Halloween playlists than people in any other U.S. state, a survey found. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Wow, look at this. An artist in Kentucky, USA, turns hay bales into 3D art pieces for Halloween. Well, why didn't you put his name or her name? Why did they put their name? I would like to look them up. I mean, I'm sure you could look up Kentucky artist hay bales or something and get it, but you'd think they put their name in there. That's really neat. I want to see more from them. Pumpkins float. Pumpkins are 90% water. At a floating pumpkin patch in Northern California, USA, you can swim in a pool to pick out your pumpkin. I guess they're mostly hollow, aren't they? Well, I know you have to hollow them out to make a jack-o'-lantern, but they're pretty hollow to begin with. I never knew they float, but I never really gave thought to it. The vampire bat bites livestock and uses its straw-shaped tongue to drink the blood. The bat has special heat sensors on its nose that help find the best spot to bite. Scientists are studying tarantula venom to make a new type of painkiller. The legs are made of pills. That's funny. The black, orange, and white markings on the Halloween snake warn predators that it is highly venomous. Stay away. It's funny that there's multiple animals called the Halloween whatever because of their color. A 17th century doctor made a mixture of powdered human skull and chocolate that he said cured bleeding. Wow. The Skull Nebula in the constellation Cetus was first discovered in 1785. A Los Angeles artist turned their parents' home into a fanged, eight-eyed monster for Halloween. Where's the picture? A man from Washington State, USA made a working video game out of a pumpkin in which the stem acted as the joystick. What? These nails are too small, so they're trying to pop off, so I have to keep adjusting them. I really only wear these. I cannot function in life with nails like this, so I only wear them for these videos. So I don't like them to be permanent, like I don't glue them on, I just use sticky tabs. But because these ones are too small, they're like curling and trying to pull away at this sticky tab. And they're trying to pop off. So I have to keep adjusting them. Lanterns made from turnips and pumpkins were lit to ward off evil spirits in Scotland and Ireland. Cool. Special undertaker ants remove dead ants from their colonies. I'd heard about that before. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein when she was a teenager. I can't even write a short story now. And I'm old. So when I find out people wrote classic, iconic stories when they were just kids, it just makes me think, wow, I'm such a loser. In the book, Frankenstein is the name of the scientist, not the monster. Yes, everyone calls the monster Frankenstein, but it's Frankenstein's monster. But people have just come to call him just Frankenstein to describe the monster. October 30 is National Candy Corn Day in the United States. Of course, we'd have a day dedicated to candy. What the heck? I think we have a day dedicated to every popular food here. Known as the Witches of Sebeshi, mummies more than 2,000 years old were found in western China wearing pointy black hats. The Queen's bedroom, which contains President Andrew Jackson's bed, is said to be one of the most haunted spots in the White House. There's a ghost right here. Oh, there's a bunch of ghosts. Well, I'd rather have ghosts in the White House than ghouls. Too bad we have the latter. At the annual Tompkins Square Halloween Dog Parade in New York City, participants have included a dog dressed as Amelia Doghart and another dressed as King Tut. Oh my gosh, it's a Pomeranian. He's so cute. He's not thrilled though. They look so annoyed. Happy Halloween. Aw, little sailor. Never force your pet to do something it doesn't want to do. I'm glad they put that there. But it definitely looks like these ones don't want it. I've honestly never met a pet that actually wanted to be wearing clothes. They don't like them. They try to get out of it. That's why I don't really put costumes on my dogs. because they don't like it. And I don't think making them uncomfortable is worth a quick laugh or a picture. Nicknamed Skeletoris, a kind of peacock spider from Australia, has black body with white stripes. It does a fancy dance to attract a mate. So here it is doing its dance. The loudest scream ever recorded measured 129 decibels. That's as loud as a jet at takeoff. What? That's insane. For Halloween, one U.S. airline joked that it flew across the country from ghost to ghost. In 1999, 25 skydivers, each dressed as the monster from Frankenstein, parachuted onto a baseball field in Frankenstein, Missouri, USA. That's really funny. That sounds like it would have been fun to participate in. Dragon's House of Horrors, the world's longest indoor haunted house in New Mexico, USA, is more than a mile long, 1.6 kilometers. In 2016, a ghostly-looking white octopus was spotted off the coast of Hawaii, USA. He's really cute. Look at him. The web of a Darwin's bark spider can stretch more than 80 feet across a river, or 25 meters. I think it's 25 meters. Two California, USA teens made a 8-foot tall, 2.4 meters animatronic dragon that breathed real fire for Halloween. See, like, how are teenagers building entire working, functioning animatronics, and I can't even string 3 coherent sentences together? American colonists cut off the top of pumpkins, scooped out the insides, and filled them with spices, honey, and milk to make an early version of pumpkin pie. You can buy a skull-shaped cake pan. It was thought that on Halloween night in Norfolk, England, elves would ride on the backs of cats. Independence, Kansas, USA holds a Niwala festival, that's Halloween spelled backward, to encourage kids to have fun without playing pranks. Screw them darn kids and their pranks, I tell you what. If it's a harmless prank, I don't mind, but like, I don't want to be the homeowner cleaning toilet paper out of my tree. Like, once you're an adult, you realize, wow, those Halloween pranks that you think are harmless as a kid are actually really annoying to deal with as an adult. Here's one of the weird looking bats. Well, maybe he's kind of cute, I don't know. He's grown on me a little bit. Ghost-faced bats get their name from their ghoulish look. Their tiny eyes appear to be inside their large ears. Halloween bowling equals rolling pumpkins into ghost pins. That sounds fun. Thousands of Americans signed a petition to officially move Halloween to the last Saturday of October. No, keep it on the 31st, because then Dia de los Muertos is the next day. The U.S. Department of Defense has a zombie apocalypse plan. Don't worry, it was created as a military training exercise. Sure, you can't fool me. Where already zombies just go anywhere in public place and look around you. Everyone's just going to be looking at their phone, not even bumping. They'll be bumping into people. They don't pay attention. Like, they'll be wandering and they bump into people. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, you were staring at your phone. People drive their cars. You know how many accidents occur on a daily basis because people are staring at their phones while driving? The zombie apocalypse is here, my friend. It just doesn't look like it does in the movies. On Halloween, people have spent the night in Romania's Bran Castle, where author Bram Stoker took inspiration for his Dracula book. Skeleton sledding, an Olympic sport in which riders race down an icy track head first, reportedly got its name because the sled has a bony appearance. Moviegoers can watch films on an outdoor screen at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California. A company created candy gummy eyeballs just for Halloween. A lot of companies create different candies just for Halloween. That's a whole thing. Ooh, what is this? Guests wander among more than 7,000 illuminated pumpkins at Van Carland Manor in Croton-on-Hudson, New York, USA, during the Great Jack-o'-lantern Blaze. Installations include a working Doomsday Grandfather's clock and a circus train. Wow, that is so awesome. So this is a train. So here's the engine. And then here's all the cars. And here's the clock tower. Wow, that's so cool. I would love to see that in person. Pictures never really do justice, so like, this looks amazing in a picture. Imagine how just mesmerizing it is in person. Illinois harvests more than 300 million pounds of pumpkins every year, and that's 136 million kilograms, the most of any U.S. state. To cure blood diseases, a 17th century recipe describes how to cook blood into marmalade. Oh. In Arabic mythology, ghouls were monsters that haunted graveyards. Fans sent candy to Peanuts cartoonist Charles Schulz after It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown first aired because they felt bad that Charlie Brown got rocks instead of candy. Oh my gosh. So they felt like they were doing something about it by sending the creator candy. Maybe they thought he was writing from experience or something. In the United States, some scuba divers participate in underwater pumpkin carving contests. May the best pumpkin win. That's wild. I never knew that. There's so many things going on in this world at any given time. We can never possibly ever know all there is to do. And people get bored. How do you get bored? There's endless things to do in this world, to the point where there's people carving pumpkins underwater. On Halloween night, Austrians leave out bread and water as a snack for the returning souls of the dead relatives. An asteroid that looked like a skull passed by Earth on Halloween in 2015. What? I never heard about that. People on the Italian island of Sardinia call the pumpkins they carve for Halloween conchas de mortu, heads of the dead. In 2018, Halloween parade goers in Kawasaki, Japan, dressed up as famous paintings. That's cool, so those are people dressed up. In Balkans folklore, a vampire is half human, half vampire. Americans send 21 million Halloween cards every year. What? Who's sending Halloween cards? I didn't know that was a thing. The Queen Mary, a former luxury ocean liner, is said to be one of the most haunted places in the United States, with ghost sightings of a sailor and a lady in white. That's weird. A confectionery in the United Kingdom created a 6.6-pound or 3-kilogram skull made of white chocolate. White chocolate is really good in small amounts, but it's very sweet. Almost overbearing. In some parts of the United States, the night before Halloween is known as Mischief Night when people pull pranks. The leaves of ghost plants have a powdery coating that makes them look white. I know about those. A survey found that 81% of parents admit to stealing some of their kids' Halloween candy. And 26% sneak the candy after their kids are in bed or when they're at school. Can you blame them? I mean, come on. Especially if you're going out with your kid to trick or treat and you're walking them around the town. You're doing some of the work too. I think it's only fair that you get a penance. The most common ghost sighting in the White House is of Abraham Lincoln. One fast food restaurant sold a scary black cherry slushie at Halloween time that made people's tongues turn black. Experts aren't sure why witches are shown wearing pointy hats. In the Middle Ages, witches were often drawn without hats. Probably because of the discovery made in China, right? A company made werewolf fur cotton candy. Oh. I wonder what it tasted like. Wet dog. Halfway through their growing season, giant pumpkins can increase by 60 pounds a day, or 27 kilograms a day. It can take a giant pumpkin more than 100 days to reach full size. That's mind-blowing to me. I too can increase by 60 pounds a day. The week before Halloween in 2022, a fisherman caught from Salem, Massachusetts, a black and orange lobster, now on display at the New England Aquarium. A teal-colored pumpkin outside a house on Halloween means non-food items are available for kids who have food allergies. Halloween has been celebrated for about 2,000 years. You can buy a 26-inch long gummy worm. August 17th is Black Cat Appreciation Day in the United States. Mark your calendars, people. The average trick-or-treater takes home the equivalent of 3 cups of sugar on Halloween. Ooh. The Louisiana Purchase, which added 828,000 square miles of land to the United States, or 2.14 million square kilometers, was finalized on October 31st of 1803. A haunted house near Atlanta, Georgia is said to be so scary that people with heart conditions are warned against entering it. Dord is a ghost word. It was in a dictionary even though it isn't a real word. Travelers in the ancient Ireland carried knives or needles on Halloween to protect against fairies. Monster rap is the rap version of the hit Halloween song Monster Mash. To make the sound of a casket opening in Monster Mash, a musician pulled a nail across a wooden slab. You can make edible pumpkin-flavored Play-Doh at a skeleton museum in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Flesh-eating beetles are used to clean the bones. Keep them away from me. Peanut butter cups were ranked the best Halloween candy in a recent poll. Circus peanuts were named the worst. I can understand that. I may like candy corn, but I don't like circus peanuts. That's where I draw the line. I do have a line, okay? And this will be the last fact for today. 2 million spectators watched 60,000 costume parade goers in the annual Village Halloween Parade in New York City. Why have I never heard of this? That sounds amazing. Although it also sounds like it probably gets pretty crowded and unbearable with how many people are there. Look at, these are the people walking underneath them, so these are like really huge. They're just giant skeletons being pulled. That's cool. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. So this is the first of 31 Halloween themed videos I'm going to be making throughout the month of October. At least that's the plan. I kind of want to do a 31 days of Halloween thing because I absolutely love Halloween. I love October. I just love all the different events and festivities and just all the spooky vibes and the cozy fall vibes. It's just my favorite time of year, it really is. And so I'm going to be probably making a video every day throughout the month of October. I have a few planned already. I'm just really excited for this month. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that you are too. As always, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you'll join me for the next one. I hope that you have a good October. If you enjoy autumn, if you enjoy the fall season, the trees, the events, the festivities, I hope you get to partake. And until the next time, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.